job. No, it is not hard to see.
Welcome to Labor's View. This show is brought to you by the very hardworking and dedicated non-supervisory employees of the Essex County Division of Welfare, and they are members of our union, CWA, Communications Workers of America, Local 1081. I'm David Weiner, president of the union and host of this show. We're going to be going to a rally, today being the July 25th, Saturday, 2015. And the rally is going to be put on by the People's Organization for Progress, which is known as POP. Its leader is Larry Hamm, a renowned fighter for civil rights and human rights for many, many, many years, with whom our union has worked. And in fact, we're one of the sponsors of the rally. And the purpose of the rally is basically to protest police brutality. And while most people of sound mind would realize that not all the police that exist in this country, of course, are bad, there have been enough incidences, particularly that have been noted within this past year, or the year going back to last year, where you have mostly men of color or women of color, unarmed, being apparently assaulted and mistreated and even killed by police officers, some white, some black. So what this rally is intended to do is to get people to come together and say, enough, stop killing us, stop the killing, and let's get on with a way of policing the communities, particularly the urban communities, in a way that doesn't put people, particularly young men and men of color, at risk for injury, death, unlawful lockup, arrest, all that type of unfortunate, which has gone on for many, many, many years. But now with the advent of cameras, body cameras, telephone cameras, police car cameras, a lot of this stuff is coming to the fore, and a lot of it is being pasted on Facebook and other venues. So watch the show, watch the rally, and let's see how we make out, and we'll see you on the other side.
To the racist violence, to the Emmanuel, to the Mother Emmanuel 9, and Sandra Bland, and to all the victims who are out there right now getting brutalized by the police. Because we know right now, while we're sitting here organizing, that there are people out there on whom violence is being placed on. Brothers and sisters, you see, we have a lot of people here, and I'm sure that other organizations, please give yourself a hand, because we're working on a united front. Power to the people. Look around at the diversity of this group. We can change. We can make change.
I'd like to call Chairman Larry Hamm for an overview. Chairman. Let's hear it for Larry Hamm, who initiated this process and walls out the progress.
What do we want? When do we want it? What do we want? When do we want it? What do we want? When do we want it? No justice. No justice. No justice. If there ain't gonna be no justice. If there ain't gonna be no justice. If there ain't gonna be no justice. Abdul. 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 Kashad. Kashad. Stop police brutality. Stop police brutality. Stop police brutality. Let's just give yourselves a hand. We're here today in the largest demonstration that has happened in Newark, New Jersey in decades. We're here today united. United in our opposition to racism, police brutality, inequality, and all forms of oppression. We're here today. Our message is simple. Stop killing us. Stop killing us. Stop killing us. People think we're exaggerating. But look at what happened in Chicago, Illinois, where they just settled a multi-million-dollar suit because the police were taking people not to the police precinct. They were taking them to black sites, to unmarked buildings and places, and putting plastic bags over people's heads and forcing them to confess to crimes they did not commit. We say an end to police torture. And when we say terror, we're not exaggerating. When police kill Michael Brown and leave his body to lay for 4 hours in the sun, that is an act designed to terrorize the community. But we're here today to say that we are not going to be paralyzed with fear, that we are going to fight back every day of our lives. I thank you, brothers and sisters. Power to the people. Power to the people. Power to the people. Power to the people. Now I want to bring forward our Mayor of the City of Newark, Ras Baraka, the first mayor in the 350-year history of Newark to create a police review board. He could not be with us today, but he certainly sends his regards. But speaking in his place is our friend and member of the People's Organization for Progress for 2 decades, the president of the Newark City Council, Mildred Crump. Give her a big hand.
Thank you so much, Larry. As he indicated, our beloved mayor wanted to be here with you to welcome those who have come from far and near to be with us as we stand in solidarity against the terrorism that is being perpetrated on black people in this country. So I don't know where you came from. All I know is that we are glad that you came to be with us on today. As Alana said, one day we will be free. And I have to hold that thought, because what's going on in this country right now is an abomination and a disgrace to the Constitution of the United States that was written where it said, and the Bill of Rights, where everyone has equal opportunity. That's a lie. Anybody believe that's a lie? Terrorism and police brutality go hand in hand. And so on behalf of the great mayor of our city, I stand in solidarity with all of you as we address what is going on in our country. We certainly want to offer profound sorrow and regret to those families who have been actual victims of the racism and police brutality that has gone on. And so as you march, understand what, and I have to always include our chairman of the People's Organization for Progress, who pricks our consciousness every day. We need to be reminded that we need to free Mumira. You know, sometimes we are hot and cold. So we need to find the tenacity to be hot on an issue such as this every day. So God bless you, and power to the people.
Mildred Crump, give her a big hand. we are able to stand here on the courthouse steps today. We're able to use the Essex County parking lot today because of the intervention of the freeholder president, Sister Brittany Timberlake. Give her a big hand. She's not here, but her representative, Brother Honore, is going to say a few words for her. Give him a hand, Brother Honore, representing the freeholder president.
Power to the people. Power to the people. Welcome to the Essex County Lincoln Monument. My name is Honore, and I am a representative for Freeholder President Brittany Timberlake. In case you didn't know, Freeholder President Brittany Timberlake is the youngest freeholder ever elected, and she is currently the only African-American female president in the state of New Jersey. She couldn't be here with us today, but she sent me here to read this letter. Essex County is doing things differently. It was a privilege to assist Larry Ham in collaboration with the Freeholder Office, the Sheriff Department, and the County Executive Office in the logistics of securing this space. Chairman Larry Ham is a leader like no other, and the Freeholder President and myself have tremendous respect for him. Injustice done to anyone is an injustice to everyone. Injustice does not just exist in the form of police brutality. You can see injustice in the penal system. We have to move forward as a country to where government does not balance a budget on those behind bars or those who lack money and are faced with the same charge. My heart is day to day as the Freeholder President was visiting Delaney Hall and looking into the eyes of those who had their freedom revoked. But do not get me wrong, there are people who commit heinous crimes and absolutely need to be locked away. There are people who are locked away, who find themselves at the wrong place and who lack representation and money. Currently, there are mechanisms in place for the good officers to anonymously flush out bad officers. Because our acting Essex County Prosecutor, Carolyn Murray, and the Sheriff Department are committed to doing things different. And the movement to stop police brutality can only be won with our law enforcement by our side. So I'll leave you with lyrics from the great Bob Marley. Peace all over cannot be achieved until there is no longer a first-class and second-class citizens of any nation, until the color of a man's skin is no more significant than the color of his eyes, and until the basic human rights are equally guaranteed. Thank you, God bless you, and all lives matter.
Thank you. I welcome to the podium the mother of the mayor of the city of Newark and the mother of the people's movement, Sister Amina Baraka. Give her a big hand.
Power to the people. Thank you. Thank you. I am here to say that we go into those prisons and stop them from turning them into recruit officers for gangs. I'm here to say that we must go in there and make sure these prisoners have education, they have food, I mean good food, they get paid for their labor, and that they have classes, they have entertainment, poetry. We did it in the 60s and we can do it now. They stopped it because the prisons have become a recruiting gang look what happened, how those prisoners broke out, and come to find out the correction officers and what have you was involved in it. We need to turn it into rehabilitation centers. Reform schools. You're not supposed to go to prison to become a gang member. You're supposed to go to prison to get reformed. And I am here against the death penalty, by the way. And I am here again to salute all you veterans out here. I've been marching for many, many years, and I see many, many faces out here. And I want to say to you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. I salute our veterans. They are prisoners of war, and we are veterans of a war. Thank you.
Brothers and sisters, the first person I want to bring forward is the mother of Abdul Kamal, who was killed by Irvington police, fired upon 15 times, hit 10 times. Like Amadou Diallo, the only thing he had in his hand was a cell phone. Please welcome, in the strongest possible way, Michelle Kamal, the mother of Abdul Kamal.
First, I want to give all honor and praise to my Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ. My family who supports me and who's always there with me, my pop family, and my friends, and all of you that has come out today. You know, my heart is troubled because we're here in Essex County. We're here at the courthouse, but Chairman is the only person that mentioned our children's names. We have to stop letting other people come before us. Our children are here in New Jersey, in Essex County, but we continue to talk about everybody but our children. Our children's names are not in the news. Our children's videos are not being shown. There's no group that invite us as a group of mothers. In this organization, we have 3 mothers that lost their sons to police killing. 3. That's insane. My son was murdered November the 11th, 2013, around 2 o'clock in the morning in Irvington. My son was my only son. He was my youngest child. I have 3 children, 2 daughters and a son. And he's gonna always be my son. He's not a was, he's a is. He is my son. The police, they cannot take the joy nor the peace away from me. That was given to me by God. No one's going to take that from me. And we're going to stand up for our children in New Jersey. Abdul Kamal, Kashad Ashford, and Jamon Reed. Those are our children, but no one talks about our children. But we're going to talk about them. We're going to make sure no one forgets, so that's why we're here today. And we thank all of you for coming out today. We thank you so much for coming out today. I don't want what happened to the 3 of us to happen to you. So people, please get involved in organizations that are actually doing something good. Please get involved because it can happen to you. We never thought we would get a call that our sons are never coming home, that they would never see their children or their wives. Our children have fathers and mothers, sisters and brothers, and they all miss them. Normally, I'm fine, but sometimes we have a bad day. November the 11th will be 2 years, and it's like it just happened. So I thank all those that support me. I truly do. And I thank you all for coming out. Please, please get involved. Thank you.
And we call upon the U.S. Attorney whose office we will be marching to, Paul Fishman, to immediately launch an official investigation into the death of Abdul Kamal. Those who killed him must be held accountable. They cannot walk away from this. The next mother I want to call upon, I'm going to call the mother and the grandmother, Regina Ashford and Cecile Hepburn, the family of Kashad Ashford. Welcome them, please, in the strongest possible way.
Hello, my name is Regina Ashford. My son's name is Kashawn Ashford. He was killed September 16, 2014 by the state police, Bergen County Police, Lyndhurst Police. It's been 10 months and 7 days today. I still haven't heard anything about my son's death. Today, I'm standing here asking everybody for their support to help me get some answers. Just because my son was killed. He was murdered. My son was unconscious when they put 9 bullets in his head. And I think the cops is responsible for that.
Hi, Gina's a little emotional. I'm Cecile Hepburn, Kashawn's grandmother. They spilled my blood. They took my grandson. And I've got no answers. I don't know who killed him. I don't know why they killed him. All I can go is on what I read in the newspaper. Well, he deserves justice, and this family deserves answers. It's been 9 months, and we have no idea what happened to him. All we've done was buried him. They even took him to the hospital dead, which held his body for 4 hours. Cut him open. For what? If you got 9 bullets in your head, you sure don't need an autopsy. A blind man knows what happened to you. So today we stand here and we asked everyone, ask people, if we must come together to stop this killing of our children, our seniors, our disabled, our babies. They're all dying, and with us, we've got to take a stand. Someone has got to stop the violence, the killing on our children and on people. I thank you, and I'm glad to see so many of us out here in support to stop all the killing, but we have got to take a stand, because I am not going to stop until someone tells me what happened to my grandson.
Let's hear it for the Ashford family. Give them some support. Show them some love.
How many of y'all seen the video of what happened to Jerome? That video went viral. He was getting out of the car. He had his hands open and raised. He had nothing in his hand. You know, Amadou Diallo had a wallet. Abdul Kamal had a cell phone. Jerome didn't have anything in his hand, and he was shot dead in the street. Let's welcome in the strongest possible way his mother and his father, his brother and sister and family.
Oh, wow. It is beautiful to see so many people out here today. I am so happy. My heart is pounding so fast and so hard. I miss my baby. Jerome was my middle son. This is my oldest son. This is my baby. This is Dwayne. This is Sean. This is my niece. We miss Jerome. Jerome didn't have to die the way he died. Bridgeton's police officers didn't have to open fire on him like that. It was only 2 officers, Officer Worley and Officer Dave. I would like to see them prosecuted to the fullest, but right now they're not doing anything. It's been 6 months since they done anything. He died December the 30th, 2014 at 11-something that evening. I saw him Christmas Day along with my grandson. This is my grandson and my son on my chest. My grandbaby was only 3 months old when he died, when his father died. Now he has no father, and I want justice. I want justice for my son. I want justice for my grandson, because my grandson's gonna grow up not knowing his grandfather. And I hope to God that I lived long enough to see my grandson get justice. You wanna say something?
Purnell, how many remember Philip Purnell? Philip Purnell, 16 years old, shot in the back, and according to the regional medical examiner, was shot in the back while he was on his knees. To my surprise, the mother and sister of Philip Pennell, who was killed in 1990, they are here with us today. Welcome them in the strongest possible way, the Pennell family. Where's the mother and the sister of Philip Pennell?
In 1990, my son was shot in the back with his arms in the air, with his hands in the air. And his partner said his back was the police officer shot him in the back. Blanco said if he hadn't shot him, he would have. So that's telling me he would never had a chance in life. And this has been 25 years ago that this happens. Every day, I hear of some young man been shot. It just keep on coming up in my, just bringing up memories. You could never go on with your life like that. There's no way. And just yesterday, I was sent a video when this first happened 25 years ago. And that brought back all the memories and pains. Please, people, keep on marching for justice. No matter how many years it's been, it's gonna keep on happening to us. Please, please, support the parents that lost all of their children, that lost the young men. Please, thank you.
And we call.
As you can see, streaming by us, just part of this huge crowd today that came out to protest against the police killings of unarmed, mostly black males and females, and in one case, a 12-year-old child that were unarmed. And you heard today Cornel West, Dr. West, who's a very renowned professor and does commentary on the different TV shows. Mayor Ras Baraka was here. Actually, the relatives spoke of 4 people, young black men, that were actually killed by the police, unarmed, while in police custody. So we hope that the impassioned pleas that you heard to stop the killing and stop the killing of us, meaning people of color, usually black males, young, unarmed, stop the killing, and let's find a way to resolve our issues, particularly in the urban areas, without unnecessary and unrequired violence by the police departments. So on behalf of the members of Local 1081 of the Communications Workers of America, I'm David Weiner, the host of Labor's View, and we hope to see you on future shows.
I have a voice. My union speaks for me. I can be sure